very welcome to my channel. So today we are going to proceed with the previous section which we have left unfinished. So we are going to start with our next numericals which came in the circuit analysis for the dedicated freight corridor Corporation of India Executive Electrical Post under circuit analysis. So we go for our next numericals. So next numericals is given like this. Two capacitor value is 5 microfarad and 10 microfarad. These two are connected in series. Now, what is the next part of the question? Across 200 volt supply. Across 200 volt supply. So, what we have to find here? We have to find the potential difference. Find potential difference across capacitor. So now we have to imagine a circuit, how it will be, is already given. Two capacitors, 5 microfarad, 10 microfarad are connected in series across 200 volt supply. We have to find, or we have to calculate the potential difference across the capacitor. So we have to imagine what will be the circuit. So it is just a circuit here. Here is one circuit. These are two are connected in series. This is the voltage source. It's just connected over like this. It is 5 microfarad. It is 10 microfarad, and it is connected across the supply voltage, that is 200 volt. Now we have to calculate. So first we have to calculate XC. That is reactance. What is the formula of reactance? 1 by 2 pi Fc. So we have to calculate the first reactance for this capacitor. That is Xc1 is 1 by 2 pi Fc1. Then we have to put the values. It's very easy. 2 into pi value we know 3.14, into frequency is constant is 50, and capacitance is 5, and we have to calculate in farad, that is 10 to the power minus 6. So if we calculate this value, we have to just calculate. So final answers will come as 636.9. So this is Xc1. So similarly we calculate Xc2. What will be the Xc2 for this? That will be 1 by 2 pi Fc2. We have to just put the values. 1 by 2 into 3.14 into 50 is the frequency that will be constant, and C2 will be the 10 into 10 to the power minus 6. So just if we calculate these values, it will come around 318.47. So you have understood how we have calculated Xc1 and Xc2. Xc1 is 1 by 2 pi Fc. That is, we have just put the values of 2 pi F. It's a frequency 50 Hz constant, and C is the capacitance, that is 5 microfarad. And here we have put C2 as a 10 microfarad. So we have calculated Xc1 and Xc2. We have to just sum up these two. Xc is equal to Xc1 plus Xc2, and Xc1 we have taken 636.94 plus 318.47. So if we sum up these two values, we have to just calculate the summing up. So it will be 955.41. So this is the final value. Now we know another formula, this I is equal to V by XC. So we can calculate the current very easily from here. What is the V? V is the supply voltage, is 200. 200 divided by 955.41. So if we just divide these two values, we get the direct values as 0.209 ampere. So we get 0.209 ampere. So now we have to calculate the potential difference across the capacitor. So now I'm going to erase this part so that I can calculate over here. Okay. Now we just put the values what we have calculated earlier, that is I XC1. I XC1, I is 0.209 into XC1. What is the value of XC1 we had calculated earlier, that is 636.94. 636.94. So if we multiply these two values, we will get the answer 133.12. This is just V1 is volt. Now similarly we calculate V2 is I XC2, that is 0.209 into XC2 value is 318.47. It will come around 66.5 or 66.6 volt, whatever will be the answer, 66.5 volt. So this is the two potential difference we have calculated, V1, V2. V1 33.12 and V2 is 66.5 volt. I hope it is now clear how we have calculated the potential difference across these two capacitors. Now we go to the next numericals which came in the examination. So now there is a next question which came in the exam. There is a question number 6 or 7, that a heater takes a current. This is a heater. A heater takes a current of 7 ampere. That takes a current of 7 ampere from 230 volt source. From 230 volt source. 230 volt source for 12 hours. For 12 hours. So we have to calculate the energy consumed. Calculate the energy consumed in kilowatt hour. So it is a very easy numerical which came in the question. There is a heater which takes the current of 7 ampere from 230 volt source for 12 hours. We have to calculate the energy consumed in kilowatt hour. So what will be the energy consumed? Energy consumed is nothing but, this is the current, voltage into current into time. So we have just calculated 7 into, that is current, and this voltage 230 and this is 12. So if we just calculate, that will come in watt. So if we divide this value by 1000, so it will come in the unit of kilowatt hour. So if we do the calculation of this entire mathematics, we will get 19.32 watt. I hope it is clear how we have calculated the energy consumed in kilowatt hour using this following data. This is the voltage, current and consumption in time in hour, and we have calculated with dividing by 1000 to get the value in kilowatt hour. So now we go to the next numericals. So next numericals what we can see which came in the examination, that is a conductor. I'm writing the question over here so that it will be easy for you to see this. This conductor, there was the data over here of 0.55 millimeter diameter, of 0.5 millimeter diameter. This is the conductor of 0.5 millimeter of diameter. So other data which has the resistance of 400 ohm, having resistance of 400 ohm. So what we have to calculate in this question? Find the resistance of the same length of the wire. Find the resistance of same length of wire if the diameter is doubled. So I think it's now clear question how what we are asking this question. A conductor of 0.55 millimeter diameter is a conductor. You can see the conductor. The diameter is having 0.55 millimeter. 0.5 millimeter diameter, and this resistance is 400 ohm. Now in this situation we have to just increase the diameter, means it will be doubled. So new diameter will be 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter. So now we know the relation that the resistance varies with the diameter. There is a inversely proportional. We know this radius is inversely proportional to diameter square. So this is the general formula we know. The resistance is inversely proportional to diameter square. So in this case, if it is 0.5 millimeter is having the resistance of 400 ohm, so it is quite simple. If the diameter is doubled, 1 millimeter, so this is, as it is inversely proportional to diameter square, so this will be doubled, so this will be divided by 2 square, ultimately it will be 100 ohm, and this is the answer for this question. I hope it is very clear to you. It is just only this relation, R, that is the radius, is directly proportional to, resistance is directly proportional to 1 by diameter square, inversely proportional. So if it is doubled, ultimately this will be 2 into this, and this will be squared, it will be 4, it will be just divided by 4, and it will be 100 ohm. So now we go to the next question. I hope it is clear how we are calculating each analysis problem of the circuit theory. Now we are going to approach with the next numericals given in the examination point of view. That is given one question, that is we have to calculate the admittance. So question, find the admittance. We have to calculate the admittance, that is admittance parameter Y12. Parameter Y12. Admittance parameter Y12 for the two-port network. For the two-port network. So here is the circuit given in the examination. So this is the circuit. This is 200 ohm. Now this will be, sorry, it's not 200 ohm, I'm really sorry, it's 20 ohm. Now there is the two resistance over there that are parallel to each other. These two are parallel to each other. And there is E1 and E2, this is the voltage source. This is the E1 and this is E2. These are the two voltage sources over here. So what are the values given over here? That is 10 ohm is the 10 ohm resistance, and this is 5 ohm resistance. So how we have calculated this one? That is Y1, and this is taken as Y1. This Y1 is taken as this is the first parameter, and the second parameter is taken as 20 ohm. This is the second parameter, and this is the third parameter is taken as this. So now how he has calculated Y12. So we know just in general that Y1 will be impedance is inversely proportional to resistance R1, that is 1 by 5. Y2 will be 1 by R2, that is 1 by 20. Y3, that is 1 by R3 divided by 1 by 10. In this case, there is a shortcut method we have used how we have to calculate Y12. So Y12 will be nothing as minus of Y2. Y12 will be minus of 1. This is just a shortcut method of calculating. So Y12 of minus of 1 2 we know minus Y2 is 1 by 20. So it will be minus 0.05 will be the final answer. So I hope you have understood how I have calculated the admittance parameter Y12 for the two-port network. We know that admittance is inversely proportional to resistance, which is the first parameter, second parameter, third parameter. We have taken the inverse of these three parameters, and Y12 is the minus of Y2, and this is minus of 1 by 20, and this for final answer is 0.05 minus. So now we approach towards the next numerical. So we go to the last numerical for today's session. We check the another numerical which came in the freight corridor exam. That is for the network shown in the given figure. This is the question. For the network shown in the given figure. For the network shown in the given figure, calculate the effective resistance and the supply current. We have to calculate the effective resistance and supply current. So here is a circuit which is given in the examination. There is a circuit over here. There are three resistors are given, which is given in parallel to each other. This is the first resistance, this is the second resistance, and this is the third resistance. So just check the values over here. There is 6.8 ohm, this is 6.8 ohm, this is 4.7 ohm, and this is 2.2 ohm. And the supply voltage is given as 12 volt. This is the supply voltage as given as 12 volt. So now we calculate how we do the effective resistance. So now we calculate this is the R1, this is R2, and this is R3. So voltage is constant for all the three resistors, that is 12 volt. So we know I1 is equal to V by R1. So what is the V here? 12 volt by 6.8. So if we calculate 12 by 6.8, that will be the calculated value, that is 1.76 ampere. Will be 1.76 ampere. Now in this second case also we do that V by R2, that is voltage is 12, is divided by 4.7 ampere, ohm, and if we just divide these two value, it will be 2.55 ampere. Now we do take the third current, that is I3 is equal to V by R3. That is, what is the voltage is 12 and this is 2.2. So the current for I3 will be 5.48 ampere. So what will be the total current? I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. We just add all the currents, 1.76 plus 2.55 plus 5.48. So if we add all the current, it will be 9.76 ampere. So this is the total current. Now we